The first light of day broke over a weathered block in Detroit, Michigan. Morgan Freeman, recognized by his calm, resonant voice and gentle demeanor, arrived in a discreet car. Clad in a dark jacket and a simple cap, he stepped out onto a sidewalk lined with abandoned lots and closed factories. The wind carried a hint of hope, despite the lingering signs of disrepair. Morgan had come to see the effects of food deserts plaguing this community, a lack of grocery stores and fresh produce, leading to rising health concerns like diabetes and obesity. Locals often traveled miles just to buy fruits and vegetables. Accompanied by Marcia Holmes, a passionate community activist in her 30s with braided hair and a bright orange jacket, Morgan took in the quiet streets. "It's not just about access to food," Marcia explained. "It's about dignity and health." They visited a local church's food pantry, where Reverend James Carter, a tall, silver-haired pastor, offered a guided tour. Long lines formed before the pantry even opened. Morgan's thoughtful gaze absorbed the scene: mothers juggling infants, elderly neighbors leaning on canes, college students hoping for a decent meal. He nodded solemnly, recognizing the magnitude of the issue. "We've got to restore hope," he murmured, his voice warm yet resolute. Later that afternoon, Marcia led Morgan to a neglected plot of land amidst a stretch of boarded-up buildings. Despite the trash and overgrown weeds, the site offered potential. "We've been hoping to turn this into an urban farm," Marcia confessed, "but we lack resources." Morgan's eyes glowed with possibility. "Let's see what we can do," he said softly, as if reciting a mantra. Morgan contacted close friends and philanthropic allies across the country. He reached out to local government figures, including Mayor Evelyn Banks, a no-nonsense leader committed to revitalizing Detroit. Over a small press gathering, Morgan in his dark jacket, flanked by Marcia and the mayor, he proclaimed, "We will transform this vacant lot into a beacon of nourishment, community, and hope." Despite the promising initiative, not everyone was supportive. Local developer Arthur Drake, sharp-suited, keen on buying the land for commercial projects, resisted the urban farm idea. "A garden won't save the city," he remarked in a televised interview. "We need profitable investments." Undeterred, Morgan explained, "Profit isn't the only measure of value. A thriving, healthy neighborhood is priceless." Donations and volunteers began pouring in. Over the following weeks, teams worked to clear rubble and cultivate the soil. Morgan Freeman, hands in sturdy gloves, lent his celebrity voice to promotional videos and calls to action that aired on local TV, spurring more community members to pitch in. Young children giggled as they planted seedlings alongside senior citizens, symbolizing an unspoken bond between generations. A violent storm wreaked havoc late one night, washing away freshly planted rows. Morgan and Marcia returned at dawn to find uprooted seedlings and flooded patches. Disheartened but not defeated, Marcia clenched her fists. "We can't give up." Morgan looked at the damage thoughtfully, then gently placed a hand on Marcia's shoulder. "The storm has passed. Now we rebuild," he said, his deep voice resonating with calm resolve. Word of the community's determination spread, and local businesses donated equipment for repairs and irrigation. Under Morgan's sponsorship, additional grants flowed in to expand the project, building a greenhouse, establishing a small farmers market, and offering educational programs on nutrition. Reverend Carter agreed to host weekly cooking classes at the church, teaching families how to prepare healthy meals with fresh produce. By the season's end, rows of tomatoes, peppers, and leafy greens thrived where weeds once reigned. Families and volunteers gathered for a harvest festival. Children ran between rows of corn, while neighbors exchanged recipes for turnip greens and zucchini bread. In a modest ceremony, Mayor Banks lauded the transformation and Morgan's devotion to community rebirth. Even the skeptical developer, Arthur Drake, attended, quietly impressed by the tangible progress. The once empty lot became a lively focal point, a source of fresh produce, a place of learning, and a symbol of collective resilience. As golden sunlight bathed the garden in a tranquil glow, Morgan Freeman addressed the crowd one final time. "We've taken a barren place and nurtured it into a garden of life," he said, in that unmistakable, gentle timbre. "But the real harvest is a sense of unity, knowing we can face any storm together."